will and fate alone. And with game one, we're going to be starting out here. My name is Severio, alongside with Creatives. And we're going to be streaming out here from Twitch and YouTube, coming out for the NBPL Spring Split Week 2 Day 1 solos games. As Mike is going to be going ahead and looting up here, he finds himself a purple weapon off of the rip and gets himself a purple katana. And as Exon's actually right behind him and trying to loot up here, he finds himself a purple pair of dual blades. And coming off this end, they're going to be going to an initiated combat here. There it is. Parry check off the beginning, off the front end. And Mike tries to go ahead and chasing out Exon. And as Exon looks towards to try to get the staggers off, Mike finds that LMB priority. And off of this end, the RMB is confirmed with the uppercut scare rush to confirm the kill. And it's going to be had for Mike for first elimination today. Spider looking at Akame off into the Igneous Mound, and we're going to see F2 coming up from Spider as Akame is trying to take some time to escape, and Spider's going to be closing in here with that longsword. And as much as it comes out to that Akame's surprise, to trying to get himself some windowsills to scare rush off of, Spider's going to be at each and every one, trying to anticipate his opponent's movements and coming through here, as well as the bell being available here. Spider wants to take the prioritization of just shooting that down and is getting vision off the third parties, because Fang is now arriving to the scene as he's escaping XXY. Spider still the highest health target inside of Igneous Mound, so he takes full priority list in terms of just being able to take down anyone who is below the HP threshold. XXY finds himself a heal, and as the zone is really close here into the Igneous Mound, these players are still not afraid of just rushing in here in the early game. But Spider gets caught in here with an RB coming out here and keeping that longsword into the carousel, almost committing towards it. Heal steal off of XXY. Spider tries to pick up the Soul Bloom. F2 in the zone. It looks like XXY is just going to go ahead and just try to figure out whether or not he should be using his ultimate to commit towards this kill off of Spider, but he's not going to be doing so. Creators, and I think right there, that's a downward spice. That's going to be JJH's XXY's elimination.
And what a show up there for XXY, coming in at the perfect time with that vertical charge there to pick up the elimination, then taking out Spider for the follow-up to get 2 kills on the board for himself. That is beautiful. Now we have Fong against XXY this time around. Fong gonna go ahead and invest this Tesla ultimate. The horizontal does come out, or the vertical comes out up there from the halberds. The Tesla enchantment there as well, and the damage is there as well. And XXY picking up the 3rd elimination of game number 1, making it look easy for himself. Jumping up to that 10th place spot right now with 9.8 overall total points. Now T225 and GG Shaw. T225. I'm a T225 fan. We see what he got going on here under Zaping. T225. Purple longsword in the hand. GG Shaw. Purple staff. Zaping v Fairy, I believe, there for GG Shaw. Yep. Fairy, GG Shaw is going to go ahead and grapple in. Does get some damage in. T225 is going to drop full off that armor. No armor left for him. T225. Gonna go ahead and try to respond here. Gets the damage on the ground. F caught in from the Zaping, but GG Shaw still trying to get aggressive. Tries to back up for the time being. He's going to get a quick reset and get that common armor back to full. T225 trying to see if he can try to get up this rock, but he's getting a little bit of movement error here. Does manage to catch the scale rush. Beautiful time there. GG Shaw has the F. Big parry there from T225, and that's big damage. And GG Shaw's going to fall on T225 with a massive parry to pick up the elimination. And that's just beautiful there from T225. Just staying composed. Make sure he can just get right back up on that scale rush. Try to get him out that time. We try to catch the parry and just... Oh my god, huge R&B focus there from T225 onto Mike. Mike trying to respond now with the purple dual blades. Fairy B's a ping once again. OUG's Mike though with common armor and completely shredded off very quickly here. He's going to weave that. Oh my god, what a beautiful dodge there to avoid that vertical there from that longsword. He's going to try to come back around, but T225 catches F invested for Mike. I believe that's both F's down. V3 Beacon called in for Mike. Now the quick reset. T225 is going to back up, get a full reset. Mike as well. And this is pretty much standard here, Severe. We see this multiple times. The Fairies get called out in the open field like this, and they try to get a reset in, but T225 is gonna get punished for that. Mike is gonna go ahead and demag, but yeah, we usually see that time and time again. It's harder for them to try to do that when there's multiple people around, because the pressure's just on the big target. You know, every single time the target is just gonna go ahead and just get focused every single time. But T225 going back in once again. He wants to pick up another elimination. Ooh. Big parry. Oh, big shift parry there from T225 to Mike. The damage there catches the prior once again on the ground. Aerial LMBs ×2 catches a armor swap. Mike's still trying to stay up. Uppercut connects there for Mike. T225 just needs a little bit more damage. Jump LMB ×2 misses the second, but the third connects. And once again, T225 with 3 eliminations, 2 eliminations right now. And 6th place still has not been slowing down from his previous games from day 1. And he's making it look easy here, Severio.
Yeah, Mike is really committed to that fight. And the armor swap there was kind of impeccable there. It's just the amount of pressure that Mike was doing with the jump LMBs. or I mean, TT25 off of those jump LMBs from the longsword and just chasing out Mike. It's just, there wasn't going to give much Mike of a chance there. And like you said, yeah, the commitment for Farius Shen's getting into mech off of the ends of a 1v1 in the open area. It's kind of like it's a mesh, because when there's multiple players, you know, those range weapons just start to come out here and pelting shots. The Farius Shen mech can only take so much into the V3 armor state. And for that, it kind of just comes out towards another way where it's utilized into the Realm Yang, right? Where it's like if a Farius Shen uses ultimate, it's like a do or die moment for buying time. And we're going to see a chase out here from out as Exton into the Imperial Village as he's chasing out Jueshi, who is going to try to go inside his building. He avoids. Oh, not Exton, though. Exton doesn't avoid that trap. So he's actually going to be able to activate any grapples. This gives Jueshi enough time to actually here to avoid. And, you know, okay, never mind. He gets on to the classic curse moment. Listen, it happens here live. Exton's going to have to worry about what's going to happen here next, because this dagger movement coming out from Jueshi to get those staggers is going to commit towards escaping with those scare rushes. And as Jueshi looks towards the tree line and trying to lose out his target, both of these guys can't grapple. They're just going to have to go by foot, and scare rushes is going to be the key factor towards that. But it's not like how it's Celestra. Imperial Village has a lot of layers towards it with as much as terrains come out. What's even more detrimental is that if they end up going on top of a pole instead of a flat surface, right, such as trees or even to pole posts, they'll actually just go straight up, right? They won't be able to go directly horizontally across their field of, you know, escaping. But Realm Yang's gonna spawn here. We got 15 seconds. We got 20-something seconds about it. Igneous Fountains at Plume Castle has around 2 Realm Yangs each, with Wang Liang and from XCG and Spider trying to connect towards each other and saying, all right, once we get in there, it's gonna be ogre. I got gold nunnies too. Spider actually having gold nunnies as a Justina, but also to note, we're seeing V1 making its appearance for Spider here. He's done it once before, but then you see other players are utilizing that V2 more often, just because they can guarantee freezes off of targets that use gold F skills, such as with Shayo, or even to the extent of F1 Farius Shen. But listen, if he can catch this off, this is going to be a huge way for him to get some LMB uppercuts if that comes out. Now, into this fight, Spider looks towards the bow shots off of TT25, and as TT25 actually is going to be his opponent here, as is a Ping Ying, he's going to be looking to drop down with a blue focus. He goes for Clink number 1, Clink number 2, or looking for Clink number 3. He avoids that. Spider is making sure he can get this horizontal. It's going to connect here as TT25 tries to look for a chance to use that F to get some mitigation off here and committing towards his push. He's going to be looking to try to see about Clink number 3, and as Spider actually goes ahead and knocks his back here for horizontal block extremes, he'll go ahead LMB uppercut into that point R&B, right? Coming out here, and this V1's going to be force proc for this today. So for Zipping Ying, this gets TT25. He goes right back in, throwing Spider into that position of just getting that elimination with that 1-2, and that's going to be it for Spider. This is purple armor, as well as picking up a Vermilion Bird's Might off the rip gold katana, bro. Oh my.
Oh, those dodges there from Spider looking clean there from the boy. Wang Liang gets a Kame. Parry mech already out. Akame gonna go ahead and proc that nunchuck. Does not let it rip. He's gonna get punished for it. Wang Liang. Oh, Congeneri. Oh, the ultimate is invested. Lets it fully loose there. Gets the damage as well. Trying to put more damage on the board. Catches the power with the dodge. And Wang Liang coming out big here with the Congeneri weapons, the Staff Spear. We saw it in the bi-weekly final. We're seeing it again. And that's just insane. And another thing we saw in the bi-weekly final was Spider with the gold nunnies. And you saw him rip that LMB charge, gets full armor out of just one focus attack off that gold nunchucks, and he does it again there in the Yang against T225. T225 now getting aggressive by PST. PST has that Vermilion's Bird's Might buff right now currently. T225 does not. He needs a Bloom, but it looks like he does not want to take any engagements currently. Maybe trying to run this player into another player, try to get a little third party in, whatever he can do. But right now, currently, he does not want to get aggressive. PST does have Vermilion's Bird's Might. He does not want to fight the buff player right now. WBG Spider, though, in Plume Castle with Wang Liang. Both players, both with Vermilion's Bird's Might buff right now. Gold weapons on both hands. I believe that's gold halberds in hand for Wang Liang. Rashishi on the Akos. Been a little quiet right now, but running that Akos. Purple dual blades, purple pistol as well. Akame 521. It's a new team in the Pro League, correct? New team for this 521?
521, yes. Vietnam, one of the 2 teams out of Vietnam actually coming in here. Perry coming out here from Peso. Ooh. Oh, okay. Wait a second. We're gaming. This is going to grief him. Yeah, there it is. Spider goes down. Pace is looking for that R&B, and he gets it. And obviously right now, Pace is at a position of freezing out Shaw here if he feels the necessity. But a third party coming out from Wang Liang. And that's going to be a hooked wings kill with the dual halberds. And Mike is like, whoa, chill. I'm just going to back off here. Let me see what's in the loot bodies, because there's nothing here, because these 2 Vermilions are down burns. And as Mike looks towards this back line, Wang Liang going to be backing off with the move set. GG Shaw tries to go for a confirmation shot as Wang goes ahead and heals up inside his building. This is where this is where the Fairy is Shen having to do or die ultimate, and there's nothing that they can do because there's a building, 2 stories, $540,000, property tax and everything, right? No, but after this end, GG Shaw has to look towards and just backing off here completely, or just running into an instigation route for his opponents. He's not going to have a chance. 2 targets, 3 targets, twin shots from the backline coming out from Exen as Bowder looking to try to go forth this end, but Exen has to backline and fighting his own battles. His own demons are back there as GG Shaw is fighting out between 2 targets. F1 to commit towards a dodge. Akame looking for the stagger, misses that grapple as GG Shaw tries to get the grapple to the sky towards the center of the pavilion of Aquila's Crest. He gets himself to the 3rd story. He's looking to try to go ahead and try to get into the top floor if he can. Scare rushes are clean, but the chase coming out between every single one of these opponents are just focusing him down as long as they can. TT25 right behind him. It's going to avoid it. He doesn't hear it. He doesn't see it. Don't see it. Don't see evil. Don't hear no evil. And GG Shaw is just going to make sure he can get as high as he can for this press. Now, Akame still has roaming Yang depletion. He's one of 2. Roishishi, I think, was the only other person that did have, still has roaming Yang depletion. Nice parry from Akame as it comes out. Doesn't hit a confirmation off of Mike, but he does go ahead and just let him be. And as Mike dissipates from that fight, he's going to be looking towards this end as Akame looking... Oh, no, I thought you were going to go for that, 360 no-scope, bro. He's going to come back to 2009 montages. He might be looking for it.
Got a trick shot. Akame still trying to find something. Not be able to find something so far, but the things are happening here in Plume Castle. The chaos is already unfolding, and we've seen this. I think this might be a game 1, game 2 ritual for these players. We usually see them going to Plume Castle and just completely just making chaos around everything. There's a lot of scrap outs always happening in Plume Castle. Now, the zone starting to close. Zone 2, Roshishi still trying to find something for himself with 0 eliminations, currently in last place of the bunch. Tries to does find action with a nice weave back there to avoid that F. Looks like Roshishi does want to get aggressive onto action. Blue armor on action, as well as for Rahihi. Oh no, purple armor on action. Rahihi now is going to go ahead and clink with Action just going to be schmoving around currently right now. Does not want any of the smoke. Wants to make it to end game. 10 players still remain for game number 1. Catches T225 this time around. F invested. Roshishi's going to go ahead and invest his ultimate. V2. 5 seconds remaining left to try to get a soul bloom. He's going to catch the prior, but the damage is not going to be enough. Ultimate invested, and that body's going to fall. And it's going to be T225 with a free elimination there. Action now showing up to the party, trying to get some resources off this Strobe, or dead body, I should say. Akame still trying to find something for himself as well. The Sapings all out right now, and I think they had, they called themselves like, yo, we wearing that blue skin, because he's gone too. Off the soul. The soul's gone. But yeah, Sapings back again. And yeah, it's interesting to see. She's never gonna be gone. I mean, she can be gone, but like that's how it feels like, right? Like it feels like she's never gonna be gone.
Yeah, and it's gonna be also dramatic growth spurt coming out from this this new patch, because that man damage mitigation is gonna give her more room to shine. Just because 10 seconds. Oh man, I don't even want to think about it. We're gonna go back to this one. Mike having his fight against Wang Liang, and his moment of aggression is really strong in the start here. As Mike tries to go for a beacon drop, so does Wang. Both of these guys are already on the same wavelength here. 1, 2, 3. We don't release those. All right. Well, if anything comes out from Mike, he's gonna be holding out this blue focus here as long as he can. Gets it off. F1 invested for Wang. Wang gets into his mech as Mike goes in response. He's gonna go in cannon mode first. Wang is gonna go for it, and it's only gonna be 2 shots as Mike gets 3 as he delays his own position. There it is. 1, 2, 3. I don't know why Wang went to cannon mode, but it looks like Mike actually just being able to mitigate this point, and I think Wang's gonna go ahead and try to invest to the second to the 3rd cannon shot. And it looks like Mike actually down on the mech, but he's on the up on the HP. And as Wang gets himself an F1 here, right, we're gonna have to see how it comes out for parries, because parry duty is next. That's an explosive armor. That's gonna be Mike's chance here to look for that parry, and gets the gold dual halberds out of Wang's hands. And Mike is just gonna have that as an additional loop pattern, man. He's got that on standby. This is gonna be him getting White Tiger's prowess. Possibly. This is his first day of playing, so we could see him go for the aggression with Mystic Might, but it looks like WTP is going to be what he's going to be grabbing out of here. And honestly, right now with with generic weapon swaps, like we saw earlier, Wang Yang trying to go ahead and do the same thing that Spider had done once before. It's kind of funny to see that kind of coming off this end. But I'm really curious in seeing if we're going to see a generic swap for the dual halberds, because can you imagine that animation, bro?
Yeah, that could be insane. Yeah, that could be insane. And yeah, like you said, I mean, we usually don't see generics. I mean, I don't even think I personally have casted a Pro League game where I've seen the Greatsword Power Sword generic come out, and the bi-weekly finals last week, this is the first time I've seen the Spear Staff. So yeah, it's very interesting to see how all these things are changing up now. I mean, something that you never expect to be shown, I mean, now being played. I mean, could also be off drop. I remember last week it was off drop weapon, so it kind of just been, you know, I don't know, probably not intended, but we still saw it today. So I mean, it's just glad. I'm just glad that we're able to see like new stuff like that being played out here for the Pro League. But now, big scrap off Spider against Mike. Mike is gonna go ahead and get the he gets the timing, but F caught in for Spider, catches the prior Spider there with a swap, gets the damage as well. Gold Katana makes it alive, does manage to go inside the mech. GG Shaw showing up to the party. Spider can go ahead and take a quick reset. Mike, this might be bad for Mike. He has 3 other players around as well. Once this mech D-Max, he's gonna have all these players jumping on him like wolves, like we saw earlier in Plume Castle. What I believe action was, as soon as he, it was action. No, it was GG Shaw. He D-Mac'd and was moving around Plume Castle, trying to stay around. But now D-Mac comes in, Mike, and what other player to have moving than Mike? I mean, he has the cleanest movement in the league, in my opinion. I mean, it's very hard to catch Mike. Look, he already created this distance that he needed to get away and try to run these players into each other, and he's completely gone. Spider's still trying to chase GG Shaw as well. Gold fan in hand for Mike. GG Shaw blue armor. White Tiger's buff still up there for Mike and Action. Oh no, PST. OUG's Mike. Now gonna get pressed by Spider once again. PST in the back end needs to be real careful not to get sandwiched. These players are fully committing to this Faria with no ultimate. I believe it's around 30% ult for Mike right now currently. Gets the damage off the R&B focus there from Spider. Got another player showing up in the backside. Fan, big ultimate there from Spider. Does not catch the freeze. Cannon shots falling in from Action. Scale Rush taps him there to make sure he backs up. There's a ping. Gets counter grapple. That's beautifully played there from Action. The damage there now onto Spider, and Spider's weak as well. Trying to get out of here. Does manage to invest 2 dashes, and now that ultimate is going to be gone. He does manage to get a quick little powder in inside the zone. Needs to go right back in to try to get that white health back up. GG Shaw though gets the call. He gets the reading. He knows that Spider's still weak. He's trying to create the space here, and now I believe that's 2 grapples on his back and PST right in front as well. So Spider now, you're having the attention onto Mike. That's a massive scare rush off with the gold pole sword, and that does a lot of damage. And PST trying to pick up the elimination, actually showing up with a cannon. It looks like it's gonna be PST with the gold pole sword there. Picks the elimination, gets the soul bloom, gets out of the K, because that's very, very tricky situation to be in if you get caught up in there. But the aggression does not stop. Now Mike showing up to the party. Gold halberds in hand. PST catches the prowl. F invested it from Mike. Pistol shot does connect. I believe big fair there from Mike. That's a lot of damage. F called in. T225 though, trying to get the damage with the cannon. Does not manage to do so far. Army jump LB from Juchi there to pick up the elimination, and it's just straight chaos in Severio in this cave.
Yo, there's a lot of fights coming in here. Everyone's trying to dip in, dip out, try to see, hey, yo, I'm going here for my order, and I'm dipping out. It's closing. You know, this is a Waffle House. I'm trying to get I'm not trying to fight you up, bro. I don't want to fight you, man. Everyone's trying to see about what's happening, what's in pace, pick up the elimination off of Spider. Now Spider going to be gone here with 2 eliminations, but I want to talk about the kill leader, Wang Liang, coming in out here. If he can find like a significant 17-point game by finding 5 more eliminations, I'm just gonna say it. I think Wang Liang has it in his bucket, but he is playing into that Faria Shed, and he's already out of this position of the cave near to the quarry. So while it comes out here towards this towards his location, we're gonna see Mike trying to see about this position of leaking out, and now into a replay. Paste. Now, Paste goes ahead here on ground level up against Roy Shishi. This is where Roy Shishi lost his fight. This is where we saw him try to get rid of his Vermilion Burst, or his Realm Yang depletion. Nice parry from Pace there as it comes out here. LB comes out. Another blue focus is avoided. Nice dodge right back in there, and for an ultimate to negate the F1 pushback. He gets caught into his V2, but Roy Shishi is at the mercy of a Justina V2, right? And as Roy Shishi looks to scare rush out, Pace is looking for aerial target positions. Doesn't get that secondary dash. He's going for the third one. That's a nice parry from Roy Shishi as it comes out. I'm curious how Pace kind of got out of this pressure that Roy Shishi comes out, and that's going to be a blue focus hold. That's the reason. coming up and mitigating that pressure there. Base actually came out through holding the R&B and gets himself that elimination. Now, coming back into the current standings, we're actually going to see players just go into the Boris Blessing. T225 was able to grab the gold armor off of that as is a Ping Ying, so he's going to be able to take that sustain towards himself. X and Doe in the corner there. He has a common cannon. We saw him shoot these shots earlier with a twin shot into the bounce shell, and actually getting himself away with possibly even having Rupture Gale Orb. We haven't seen what his build kind of entices towards that, so we're going to have to see how that ends up. But with that being said, we are going to see T225 here with his Cannon Jays or his Cannon, as well as probably Rupture Gale Orb as that build, because there's no other reason to pick up the Cannon here for that Rupture Gale. We've seen a lot of Souls players getting a full utilization off of that for just shooting through buildings, and that's where the priority list comes into proximity. If you're able to get those shots off the end, you're able to get that off to just be able to poke out, build up rage back up, and then keep the pressure going. As Mike here with his build, you know, with a gold pair of with none, you know, the gold dual halberds and a pair of nunnies, right? He's being able to go ahead and do so, but I don't know. I mean, this is where the stagnation period happens. These players don't want to poke out unless someone focuses someone so heavily where it comes down to their whole HP or their armor bar goes down to under half, and then suddenly everyone realizes it. It's like a spider sense. Like, it starts tingling, and then they just go and focus that player down, and then they go into making sure that they don't have the necessary time to reset. And if they do find the time to reset, it's just burning those resources, right? It's just going through, making sure they don't have anything left. Range shots coming back here in fourth, X and right next to T225 as they kind of distance themselves out between one another. Mike's still trying to go for some poke shots as it comes out. And as Mike kind of keeps himself into a nice position here off of these rocks, he's able to use the dagger dash to kind of put himself back and forth. He gets caught into that sand cognac, and then when it comes out here, it's going to be where Mike is going to be going inside the building to try to heal up while no one tries to push him. Wang Liang trying to shoot those cannon shots. You can see the angle. He's going X to Y to B, the Z angle, and he's going to be trying to look for it in those shots. Confirming also just gives an idea of like, okay, that's the gold armored Ping, right? If it hits T225, and since everyone's kind of looking out for one another to try to find the best target to kind of prioritize off of, but you know, creators, the positions of these players, right? They're being very careful for until when a zone collapses, because we're still having that extra moonbane to spawn here. It hasn't spawned yet.
Correct. Yes, and I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I'm not a fan of the Bane's just coming in at this next zone. I mean, it's just, it stops the game, slows it down, but then again, I'm waiting for the grief. I'm waiting for it to. I know Runekeeper told me there was a grief session earlier. I think it was the first week of the first games that when they were playing on this patch. So I mean, you know, for the entertainment purposes, I think it's cool. I mean, I'm not playing, so you know, it's cool to watch. But then again, I mean, you're these players, you're gonna be put on pause for a little bit. Mike trying to Bane surf right now. He knows there's two other players right in that area he was, so he's gonna go ahead and rotate, trying to stay out of line of sight of anybody. But yeah, Serve, I mean, I keep thinking of a new patch. It's just it's coming to my head. I'm keep thinking of a new patch, and just like Soul Bloom's having a timer now, so you know how a lot of these players hide a bloom in zone to try to go in realm, and that kind of gives you a safe ticket to go to realm. You know, like a lot of times you usually see that, like a lot of these players, they pick an elimination, zone covers it, they go instantly to it, and here we have it, just a massive chaos, straight cannon shots. And this is gonna be until the zone completely closes. These players are gonna be laying down some range shots. It looks like we're playing Spiritwell, like a 3v3, cannon shots flying out from opposite sides, no one's hitting each other, but X-Shen still getting a little bit more aggressive. Mike, she's gonna back up. But yeah, back to the realm. I mean, I think you're gonna take realm just to get eliminations. I know that's pretty much the standard, but I mean, there's a lot more that goes to it than just, you know, let me go to realm and pick an elimination. Armor, weapons, and now being able to just buy purple armor as well. Like, what's the value of it, you know?
No purple armors in the overworld too, right? So we're looking at that. Yeah. Like, there's no armors for you to be able to pick up from troves off this end for season 12. So keeping into the tenacity of it, right, and just the 2-minute timer for Soul Blooms, that really does put the denial for Romy Yangs. Like, I mean, it's not denial for Romy Yangs, but it really does put that pressure for players. Like, I gotta take this fight, or I get griefed, right? So I got to find more players to kind of find it. But you know what happens, right? Akila's Crest find out for the Holoroth. That's where everyone just starts scare rushing away. It's like they know you have Romy and depletion, and they don't want to take the fight. They rather know that you are in a spot of a position like, here, take this seat, you know, like in the first time. And then coming off this end, it just really allows you know, it's like a pseudo aggression route, because then you have that gold increase, right? Where you're gonna get kills, right? You get eliminations, you get a massive now gold increase to kind of warrant for that, you know, aggression, and being able to buy jades of selection of the certain types, and just being able to do that. Now we're gonna go switch back into the fight. You know, we're gonna talk about this more often, guys. The season 12 being active, it's what's on the patch now. It's what we have live. The NBPL won't have it until week 3, so we're just gonna keep that in mind and just keep you guys in the loop about it. But of course, GG Shaw, Farius Shen, everyone switches to range shots. GG Shaw in the sky, he's going to be looking to try to go for cannon shots. The way she gets the first results of that. The second one gets dodged, and the third gets avoided. And as GG Shaw is burning out from the Rupture Gale burn that TT25 is just pelting him with and just burning out his healing efficiency, there's going to be a way for GG Shaw just to see about 1 more to 2 shots, dealing out a little bit of damage here as he DMX here in just a moment. And with everything coming out, let's see who's going to be the first to invade upon his demise after the DMech. It's going to be GG Shaw, 1000 HP. He's going to be keeping his movement going through. He's not getting focused as heavily as we thought, but it looks like Mike's just going to be trying to poke out toward that region. And coming off of this end, GG Shaw does have his position here to just avoid any sort of these hits. Last 2 minutes onto the mark as GG Shaw goes ahead and has a healing deficiency again. Another burn from TT5. Mike puts himself in a position here, gets himself to see about where it's the position to catch it through, and Wang Liang catches that burn. Is going to kill him out. Who's going to get it? It's going to TT25 is going to get the elimination, and he has his 5th kill now. So while that comes out here, TT25, or I should say his 4th elimination, he's gonna be going out to his back end and just being able to repair his cannon for free, and no one's gonna stop him. He's gonna be able to go off. Mike is seeing that. He's gonna take priority list of finding him and just catching hits off. There's gonna be the beacon drop. There's gonna be a Sanchin Sky Pillar, and of course Mike gets in the mech immediately to avoid the stagger of that foot blue focus. And with it, Mike finds Exton after this cannon shot 2, and he's looking for the number 3. He's gonna look for the burn, and that's gonna be it. He burned all his stamina, all his energy is gone, and as Mike gets his level 3 swings, he's gonna be looking to try to go for Swarm to get TT5 into off to the zone, who is already at full HP. He's got nothing to worry about except for energy degen coming out from the Sand Cognac. There it is. Mike going to be figuring out whether or not he should hold this with the RBs or he should be looking to reposition, but I don't think no one's going to give him a chance here as he's getting focused on TT25, and there it is. RB from him. And we're going to see Kayla TT25 tied in here with Wang Liang with the 5 kills each, and they're looking to try to catch the first MVP for this match for round 1 today for day 2. Wang Liang catches himself into the J-Shi with this V3 beacon to try to go ahead and just pressure off and have his mech on standby, but goes to the body, immediately picks up vitalities as or healing berries as it comes out here for now. As Wang Liang gets into the mech to try to commit towards his J-Shi pressure, he's going off at 225, he's switching it up, gets into swarm mode. We're going to see this ultimate to be utilized just for heals alone, because the amount of R&B fans coming out from T225 is just too detrimental for his health bar for the mech. So he's just going to take the time to go ahead and keep the reset until the mech demechs, and there's a chance right there. It's going to be a wonderful grapple sagger for J-Shi if he gets this off, and then you're going to see T25 looking for the R&B, but a Rampage comes out as Wang Liang has his blue Hong sword. This is the one weapon that he's got in hand. I'm not sure why he's going to be going off with this, but he's looking to try to get to the sky. Slider because R&B going to come out here from T25 goes for a double blue focus here. He might be looking for a parry as Wei-Shi gets that hit, and he's going to go ahead and get the elimination. And with it, we might see a tight situation between these two because it's about to go into the countdown era. T25 low as can be, and with this we can heal the R&B is coming out here. Both of these guys are going to see T25